All right. So I have this really cool game here. I am a Lee Sin main. Have been for a long time. Although I play other champions very proficiently, like Katarina, uh, Lowy, and Hecarim, and I don't know. Just I play almost all of the champions. A couple that I don't do well at are Yasuo and sometimes Yone. Um, just depends where I'm playing them. Playing him in ARAM is kind of risky, so I don't do that a lot. But I play Lee Sin anywhere. I'll play him mid lane, top lane, jungle, support, bot lane carry. And this was really strong last season because of the roaming support meta. That changes, it won't be as strong. But most importantly, I play him in ARAM. And last season, he was particularly good because a lot of the defensive, offensive, bruiser items like well, I don't remember the name, but basically a lot of the defensive, offensive bruiser items, ones that give you heals on click or omnivamp or some kind of percent defense death stand. What I was thinking. That one in particular is it was exceptionally strong on him because he benefits from the defensive stuff, from the offensive stuff, as well as the heal after a kill, particularly in ARAM. Um, it just it's an item that makes a lot of sense because he's going to try to dive the backline often. We'll go in for like a quick play, basically forcing the opponents to stand there and attack him temporarily while his teammates catch up. So he does like these weird types of half engages where he'll look like he is engaged, but he's actually just stalling the opponent long enough for his team to catch up for him to re-engage, for them to engage for him. Um, this game, I had a couple of I had at least one troll. This Fiddlesticks was a complete troll. He ulted in place because he was pissed that I told the team to go and take a free heal when everybody was like 15% HP. Um, and Graves was he, he apparently did second most damage. But this was me, and this season Lee Sin and ARAM doesn't revolve around building damage items. Uh, for I'm not sure why this is working compare or why it seems to be working better compared to other rune setups and item setups, but you look at my runes, can't see them here, but basically I went electrocute and I went the armor and magic penetration, flat penetration rune in the domination tree, the red tree, and brought the one that gives you damage when you kill opponents, stacking damage, and what else? Ultimate Hunter. His ult is good. You can use it more frequently. That's a pretty big boon in ARAM in particular. And I went precision as my secondary tree. I brought the one that gives him energy after he damages an opponent. So if you land damage on on an opponent, it will help regenerate some of your energy. So this makes him significantly more present in the game because he can poke without the risk of running out of energy, and then his team gets wiped while he's sitting there doing literally nothing because he's just waiting on energy back. And as usual, I run Flash and Ignite almost on every champion, and almost these exclusively. I rarely run Snowball. I will only bring it on certain champions that are extremely immobile, like sometimes not even Garen. Make it is it necessary for. So see here. Not Rel. Who really would benefit from? Anyway, the point is, I hate people who bring Snowball in this game because they're always stupid, and they'll do stuff like pick Ezreal and then bring Snowball. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? What are you gonna do? E in or like Snowball in and then E out? No, you're a ranged harass hyper carry who needs time to scale up. So why the fuck are you bringing Snowball? Because you are not going to go in to any fight. Period. That is a wasted summer spell slot. People bring that shit on, like Teemo, for example. Teemo is short range. Harass. Very poor burst damage. Very poor sustained damage in ARAM, unfortunately. And I'll see these people bringing Snowball, or whatever they call it here, which is Arc, technically. But I call it Snowball. Bring Snowball, and they wonder why they lose. Because they're fucking idiots! Anyway, so, if I'm building tank, as you can see, I built Jackshow, Protean, that's health, armor, magic resistance, ability haste, Randwin's Omen. This was situational. I don't always build this, but against Vayne, it's a nice pickup. They had Senna, Zeri, Vayne, and Gangplank, so duh. Everybody on their team wants crit. It's an obvious purchase, except for Yuumi, and that ridiculous champion is not something that I pleasure of attacking 99% of the time. And they did steel caps, more armor, counter building their team. Pretty obvious strategy. You would be surprised how many people don't do this. And I have yelled at people before in chat who deserved it very, very much. When they go Lee Sin and ARAM, they basically keep Lee Sin after I request it, request a trade, keep him, and I already know if they're one of those people, they, like, 9 times out of 10, 90% of the time, they will build Assassin Lee Sin and be a complete useless sack of shit because they cannot follow up on anything. And they think that in their stupid little brain, they're always going to have access to the back line when the opponents have 1, maybe 2 tanks, and our team is already struggling to kill the tanks. We can't do anything about it. And the dumb fuck Lee Sin stands there and builds Assassin like it's actually going to do something. And then they wonder why they lose. Actually, no, they don't. They're generally so stupid they don't even think about why they're losing. You could spam ping their build all you want. They will not wise up. I'm telling you, I get like the dumbest people in here. When I look at the match history on OPGG for ARAM, I get extremely wide spreads. Like I'll have like one game that's average of platinum for all the players involved, and then I'll have another one that's an average of frickin' iron or low bronze, and it's all over the place. And it's weird because ARAM has an MMR system internally that is supposed to be matchmaking for you. And like I've been thinking about this for a very long time. I believe that it has something to do with the 4-man pre-mades. So if you start getting shitty people on your team, they're more than likely like a duo or a 3-man or a 4-man pre-made. Good luck reporting them. They'll never get reported because they're hiding behind the numbers game. If they're queued with 3 people, and they all troll, nobody gets banned because they're all queued together and they're all equally stupid. Okay, so how do I build full tank on? Oh, right, not quite full tank. My starting item was Guardian's Blade. 30 attack damage, 150 health, 15 ability haste. Basically everything Lee Sin wants going forward. Plus it's a legendary item, so if you build a mythic like Jackshow, you'll get extra stack from the mythic passive. Yeah, as you can see, let's look at this a little more here. Graphs, total damage. We're gonna look at the gold. You get in game screen. So you're here, damage taken. I didn't actually take the most damage. Heckram did a good job, sorta. Tanking. Most shielding. Shielded more than Yumi. That's pretty funny. Done. Self-mitigated damage, most in the game. 22,000. Sure what stats went into that, but you know, shielding is one of the ways to mitigate damage. Gold earned. Now, this is what I really wanted to point out is the fact that I did not earn the most gold. I had this Graves who was just eating up all of our farm, all of our CS, and you know, chaosing and all that. And he gets to buy all these expensive items, like the Tristana. They go in, they buy all these expensive items, and yet they're useless because when you look at the damage graphs, like I said, they were at least doing something, but they were not anywhere near the amount of damage that I was doing. It was heads above them. This is what, like thirds of my damage bar coming from Fiddledicks here, and about like 75% of my damage bar coming from Graves. Graves, the champion that has a meme from Earth mode where he's running around, right-clicking enemies and one-shotting them from full health. Tanks, like a Cho'Gath with stacks. Right-click, deleted the Cho'Gath. Alright. So, this should give you some context right here. The fact that Senna and Gangplank managed to deal significantly more damage than my allies just means I get retarded allies. That's all there is to it. They're retarded like 95% of the time. Very rare that I actually get these are the runes. Sudden impact. That's one that gives you bonus armor pen and magic penetration. Flat armor pen and magic penetration. It's like 7 armor pen magic penetration. Electrocute. This is front loaded damage. I don't recommend bringing the other rune here that will let you deal extra damage to low health enemies, stacking that damage. Eyeball collection. This is bonus 80 and AP. So you see, I'm getting more of most of my offensive stats from the runes, building straight defense, and somehow I'm still out carrying these. Is it skill? Yeah, it's skill. But is it the rune setup? I imagine so too. Presence of mind, 660 extra energy. I have no idea how effective this looks, but it feels good. I have no idea how much more resource restored compared to baseline that would be. Total stacks Ultimate Hunter, nice utility, King and coup de grace. Wow, that did literally nothing. I probably could have picked up the one that allows me to deal increasing damage based on how low my HP bar is and done more damage with that. I usually get pretty good at that one. Don't know why I had this one. I must have not finished setting my rune. Alright. So now that we can see that my runes were slightly suboptimal, yet I still dealt so much damage. Honestly, sudden impact is that's not a whole bunch of extra damage across the course of a game like right, so let's go into game. Alright. I don't know if I want to leave this up. Not usually leave it up. Takes away from screen space. But we'll try it. Okay, so here's me. I missed my first Q. Harbinger of a great game. Not really. So, see these guys are grouped up. Go ahead and flash E. Or E flash, really. And as you can see, I'm still pretty healthy in terms of energy. Okay. Bye-bye, Hacker. And I took a tower hit for that. Alright, so I'm already itemizing for some here. I want to have more time in the fight, so I'm building some defense. It'll actually make my damage go up. That's what people don't understand about building damage versus building tank is you do nothing but build damage, but you have 0 time in the team fight. You're not dealing damage. Alright, so I'm just camping this bush down here. This is good. Pressures enemies pretty well. Going for a quick trade. Okay. I didn't want to stay on the fight. Felt like I would just losing out on the trade eventually. Yeah, this item thing is a little bit annoying. Okay. And it's kind of incredible to me that the opponents are doing almost 0 damage. But yeah, you can see Vayne built boots first. Not real damage. Not an awful strategy. The enemies really didn't. I mean, except for Senna, the rest of these players not build starting items. Me and Senna were the only ones who built them. Incredible how stupid people are. Starting items are exceptionally well tuned. They're very efficient, particularly on certain champions. I have no idea how my team picked up on my plan, how that worked. I'm a pretty big stickler for getting the heals and controlling the heals and not fighting too much. You know, before your heal shows up, because then you'll just gift it to the enemy. To be able to contest the opponent's heal and secure your own. And too many people just don't do that. Like I was saying, a lot of these players, if they're below diamond, they don't pay attention to the heal timers at all. In fact, some of the diamond players don't. And I mean like diamond in Summoner's Rift. At one point, you could see your ARAM MMR on a website called whatismymmr.com. But that website no longer working for North America. It works in other regions, some of them, but not in North America anymore. Nobody cool. I can just dive the enemy team. That's unusual. If they had like a proper team comp and their carries were a little more fed, I probably wouldn't be able to get away with that. What was that cue? Horrible. So you'll notice we have some hills behind us. And they're still aggroing, and then I tell them to fuck off! Go the fuck back! Here comes this dumbass with his ult. He got pissed because I told everyone to back off. And they still don't get it. This guy's low, and he's still trying to push. Look, don't push this shit! You're just denying everyone else XP. You need to heal, and we need team XP. Thought I got that kill. I land the Q. That's kind of a miracle. Hecarim's doing his own thing over here. We got the gap closer. You know, I'm ecstatic that I am able to sit here and just tank all their damage. I do not understand it Feels like a built carry. It feels like Season 7 full AD carry Lee Sin mid lane. But I'm tanking all of their damage at the same time. Golly, that damage is so strong. I think I'm telling them to back the fuck out again. What are they doing? They're just sitting there. They're like, oh, we're all low. Let's fight. Let's not think of any other options. Let's not consider the fact that, I don't know, we're on a map that has heals behind us all the time. God, they're retarded. I have to sit here and babysit these people and tell them what to do. Otherwise, they don't do the right thing. It is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Cool. So, I kind of had an idea that we would win this fight. And, I mean, we make some progress, but we don't win it. That was 5 for 2. Not great. Pretty bad. But it's really not that important because, well, I don't know, we've got gold. All we need to do is take out a couple people and spend our gold. And you see that they could not even make it to our tower here. I have no idea how I landed that Q on her in between the minions. Like, the hitbox on Lee Q is pretty absurd. And I get the, the Yumi as soon as she dismounts. Or gets thrown off the horse. And this is just general pressure, because if we can get one or two of them low, our team can make a big play and get a tower, maybe 2 towers. It really doesn't matter how many times we die, as long as they're still low and just busy defending their turret. As long as they have a weakness in their team comp or something about it, like a person's missing and therefore their team doesn't operate properly. As long as they have some kind of imbalance that we can take advantage of, then it's worth it. Sacrifice yourself for, like, getting 2 people low, 1 person low there. Alright. My team ints for the inhib, and I get the inhib. Fitting end to a perfect Lee game. Not really. It was efficiently. That's it. Check out my channel, maybe like and subscribe, and see you again in